Hey folks, welcome to the Film Focus page again. It's me, Mr. P. I'm going to be talking about Creed 2, the sequel to Creed, directed by Stephen Cable Jr. and starring Sylvester Stallone, Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Valerian Montagne, and Dolph Lundgren. In this film, we see Adonis Creed challenged by Viktor Drago, the son of Ivan Drago, the boxer who killed Adonis' father Apollo in the ring in 1985 in Rocky IV. And we see the emotional roller coaster that Adonis has to go through to prepare himself both mentally and physically for this challenge. I love this film from start to finish. I love the Rocky films and I was keen to see where they were going to go with this sequel. And it does feel formulaic in places. There are some references that take from Rocky 2 and Rocky 4, but that's it. Other than that, as a film, a very solid follow-up. Performance-wise, everybody was on top form. Michael B. Jordan was excellent as Adonis Creed. He looked more muscular, looked more powerful in this film than in the previous film. And the emotion that he conveys as Adonis and the intensity was just excellent. And he's shown himself to be a very, very good actor. Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, one of the most iconic roles of his, loved him in it. He not only was a producer, but he was also a writer in this film. So there were strong references to previous Rocky films. And I just love the banter between Rocky and Adonis and the way that these two just click very, very well. Rocky acting as a surrogate father to Adonis. And also a pleasant surprise to me was Dolph Lundgren as Drago. This easily is one of his most iconic roles to date. And as an actor, he's very limited in his range. But in this role, he was very, very good. And what was even more of a pleasant surprise for me and what I enjoyed the most was the fact that we actually got to find out more about Drago as a person. In Rocky IV, he had very limited screen time. He was just seen as this powerful machine that killed Apollo. But in this film, we get to find out more about him personally, what happened to him after he lost the fight. And we got to see the decline, etc. And it was a really, really good take on that. And I like the way that they did that. Also, Valerian Montagne, even as an actor, the range was limited, but what he brought to the role in terms of intensity, in terms of physicality, he was very, very well in this role. And one of my criticisms of this film was the fact that there are certain elements of this film that were brushed over. And there was no conclusion as to what happened within this film. I don't want to give you guys spoilers, but I would have liked for certain questions within this film in terms of like the relationship between Bianca and Adonis to have been answered fully. As a film, it ticks all the boxes. I like the training montage in this film. I think it has to be one of the best within the Rocky series. And what was also a pleasant surprise for me is that this film was done by a first-time director who is stepping into the feature film market, Stephen Cable Jr. And whenever someone who has no experience of handling a big budget film steps into the shoes such as this, you think, okay, are they going to drown? Are they going to be overwhelmed? Will they be able to maintain the integrity and the intensity of the previous films? Or will they buckle under the pressure? But in this case, Stephen Cable Jr. did a marvelous job. And again, I went to go see this with my good friend Joseph, and we were just like hyped from the fight sequences. And for me, I hope that the studio executives, Stallone, Michael B. Jordan, all involved, agree that, you know what, we're going to end it here. Let us end on a high. Because this film, the sequel to Creed, was the most sensible and most logical direction for everybody to go. In terms of, okay, where do we go next with this character? How about you take on the son of the man who killed your father in the ring? And that made perfect sense. And for me, you're never going to get a more better film than seeing Rocky and Drago meet up again after 33 years again. To see these two come back in the roles that made them famous, I just thought it was just one of the best parts of the film. And you're not going to get better than that. Where else is there for you to go? If you do think about doing a third film, it's going to get silly. So leave it here. End on a high. So with that being said, I will give Creed 2 a very strong 9 out of 10, a knockout film from start to finish. One to watch, definitely one for the DVD collection. So, that is my review of Creed 2. If you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, leave your comment with what is your favourite Rocky film, and I shall see you on the next film review.